Pour yourself a cold one and join us for an hour filled to the brim with fun,
bite your tushy,
entertainment,
donkey, don't give me that side,
information,
that is heavenly,
and a little weirdness.
Yeah, if you show up to the St. Patty's Day parade just with no green,
we're pinching you.
yeah, we're
Right
coming.
there.
We're coming at you.
With your permission, because we don't want to be sued.
It's Happy Hour with DJ Kyle.
Hello and welcome to Happy Hour. I'm your host, DJ Kyle. Thank you so much for joining us. We have a fantastic show lined up for you. Today, we sit down with Garrett 61 Jackson on the show. He is a local artist here at Lake of the Ozarks, and his art is portrayed all around the lake, so we're going to get to know him a little bit better. We also take you to one of the coolest little dive bars, and if you've never been there, we're going to take you to the Glory Hole. Yeah, it's called the Glory Hole. So sit back and relax and enjoy that. And we also have our furry friends, which we have 3 cats on the show today. Welcome to Happy Hour.
Happy Hour with DJ Kyle is here because of these amazing sponsors. Our Veterinary, with locations in Lynn Creek and Lori. Surdike Yamaha, your home for year-round fun. And American Elm Company, offering exceptional decor and interior design.
Russell Dickerson.
God gave me a girl, girl gave me a kiss, kiss gave me a feeling that I still get.
Tyler Hubbard.
I'll take you dancing in the country, Levi's in them low beans, spin you in
Friday, June 14th, Ozarks Amphitheater. Tickets on sale now at ozarksamp.com, Bridal Cave and Split Arrow Boutique. Russell Dickerson and Tyler Hubbard live. Part of the COMC concert series.
Hey, welcome back to Happy Hour. I'm your host, DJ Kyle. And if you've ever been at Lake of the Ozarks, especially down at the Strip, Bagnell Dam Boulevard, you will see currently there is a nice long fence close to Alley Cats, about halfway down, and it has a beautiful mural on it. If you've seen that, you've seen the art of this guy right here, 6'1". This is Garrett 61 Jackson. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome him to the show. Garrett, nice to have you on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
So your art is all over Lake of the Ozarks, and you've been doing these murals. Again, I've seen it down at the Bagnell Dam Strip, and you're at the bowling alley. You've done some work there. Tell us some of the other places that you've done some work at.
Man, I've been very blessed to have a lot of patrons here at the lake, and I've worked a lot at Osage Beach, down for a couple businesses in Camdenton. And a few of those like Fuels Automotive, Sip Coffee House, A to Z Restoration, Kalo, we got Bullmore Lanes, we got a few others. I mean, and I know the list goes on, and I'm looking forward to continuing bringing more art installations to the lake area. So
how did you get your start in these? Because painting a mural is quite a bit different than painting a picture of like a landscape or something.
Absolutely.
With some paintbrushes. So how did you get into it?
Well, I was an art teacher for a number of years, and would always kind of paint and always looked at painting, the smaller things. And but I always had a passion for always trying to go bigger and bolder. Being a bigger guy, I always kind of felt like, man, I need to paint so I can actually kind of stretch my arms out a little bit or something. And
all these small things, we gotta keep.
and I really had a deep passion for graffiti and spray paint, and working with cans and working with that medium, you really kind of have to work in bigger, bolder, obviously outdoor areas are best for that too. So that kind of transitioned into kind of helping me with the larger pieces, and really honestly now with everything that I do, the spray paint is what I really kind of work with mainly. The brushes and stuff like that are great for the smaller stuff, but when you get out and you're working on these larger walls, I mean the aerosol spray paint, those sprayers, those all work really well. So you've got to go big or go home with those. So
and your art is such a unique art. Like there's so much going on. Like for example, right behind us here,
Yes.
this piece here, there is so much going on that I could just stand there and dissect it all and try to make heads or tails. Where do you get your passion for different art pieces?
really, honestly, you kind of hit on some of the things that I really kind of come into my design process is I want people to stand in front of my pieces and enjoy them for a long period of time. And another thing that I really enjoy is when people come back to the same piece and they find something different inside of it every time. And I think that's really, honestly, what inspires me is to kind of keep your eye moving, keep you interested, keep you kind of draw back in with the colors and the textures and all that. And really, honestly, I think a lot of that comes from just, you know, like I said, the urban art. Whenever you're out in these bigger cities and stuff, and you see all the tags and all the throw ups and all these burners that these guys are out in the streets putting up, they're putting up big bold colors and they're taking prime real estate spots with their stuff. And it's like, man, you know, to stand out, you really got to have those bold colors. You got to have that movement. You got to have that texture. And so whenever I'm working, and I get inspired by those things because it just kind of keeps your eye moving, keeps people interested.
Now, I've seen some of your art in a barber shop, an entire wall, a Kansas City Chiefs wall. How long does it take you to paint a mural that size?
So that's Breyer's Barbershop in Camden, and honestly, I was in his barbershop for 3 days. He was closed down for the weekend, and so we took care of the Kansas City Chiefs wall. Well, I took care of that in a day. And then on the other side, we put some Marvel characters and did some other stuff, and then took the last day to kind of clean up and make sure everything was perfect so he could open up shop. And so yeah, pretty quick, honestly. So I've had a lot of time with the cans and the brushes, and so whenever I've got a good plan and a good direction, you know, I kind of come in like a contractor. You know, I'm in there real quick, get it done, and get out of there. So, and I think a lot of people appreciate that, especially for a lot of my businesses that I work for. You know, I just recently finished for Bandana's Barbecue here in Osage Beach, and they were very, very open for me to come in after hours so that way I could work and not interrupt the flow of the customers. And of course, with the spray paint and things like that, I don't want to take away from anybody's dining experience.
Yeah, exactly.
However, people do enjoy watching. So whenever I'm outdoors and things like that, I get people come up and talk to me and things like that. And so anyway, those are, you know, kind of the things that
I love it. That's awesome. So how does someone go about just getting you to come and spray paint their wall? They just tell you, hey, we have this idea and we want you to just make it come alive?
I mean, usually they'll reach out to me on Facebook or my Instagram, or they'll call me on my cell phone and just say, hey, we're thinking about a project. You know, we've got a space. We've got something that we've been looking at. We want something done. And what I do is I get in the truck and I drive to them. I like to come up and actually meet my customers and actually look at these spaces in real time and look at what I can do, because really, honestly, with a picture, you can't really tell a whole lot. So whenever I actually get to that location and get to see that and see the texture of the wall or whatever I'm working with, you know, it gives me a little bit of a better idea of what my limitations are as an artist and what I really can do to maximize that space. So really, honestly, they reach out to me, I show up, we talk about it, we kind of hash out the figures and everything else, and then from there, it's just really figuring out a time in the schedule, and then we just get it going. So,
man, I'm just absolutely impressed with all of your mural work. But not only do you do murals, but you also do, if someone just wanted a piece of art hanging in their living room, maybe not their whole living room wall, but you're able to do that as well. And you also have some prints of your work as well, so people could take home stuff that is hanging up elsewhere.
We can, well, I could put artwork on just about anything, including yourself. So, I mean, we can, I could definitely tailor it to whatever the application needs to be, but I actually kind of got started in the galleries, painting just my studio work, and then entering into competitions and entering into shows. And then from there, started to kind of gain more recognition and doing more commissions. And actually, you know, in the past few years, I've been recognized by a few of the organizations throughout Missouri and recognized as one of the best acrylic painters in the state of Missouri. So I've been working really hard to get that and achieve that, and I really want to keep that going. So I'm always looking for opportunities to create and put my artwork out there in the public eye for people to see, whether it be on a canvas, on a wall, on a car, motorcycle, boat, a human, whatever it is. I'm going to put it there and do my best job to you know, put out just awesome pieces.
All right, so if someone wants to come to this location and find out a little bit more about you and find out a little bit more about your work and possibly even getting some touch-ups on some tattoo or some new work from you, where's the location and how do they get here?
So we are at Lake Ozark Tattoo Co. at 4181 Osage Beach Parkway in Osage Beach, Missouri. You guys can call our shop number, or you can get a hold of us on our Facebook page, reach out to us on Instagram. Any of those ways you can get a hold of us, we'd be happy to take care of anything that you guys have for us. We've got a number of talented artists here, and we definitely put our best foot forward on everything we do. We want to be known and recognized for everything we do. So we would love to have anybody come in and talk to us about any project whatsoever. Boats, cars, tattoos, canvases, you name it, we'll tame it. So
Absolutely, that's awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, Garrett 6'1" Jackson. So when you're around Lake of the Ozarks, keep your eyes open at some of those art pieces, and when you see that 6'1" tag on there, you know that's from Mr. Jackson here. Thank you again for coming on the show.
Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing more of your work around the Lake of the Ozarks area.
Thank you, guys.
And we have more happy hour coming up right after this.
You've dealt with chronic knee, back, and even foot pain for years, and nothing has seemed to work. Until now. Introducing Back Wellness Center's new specialty knee rehab program and neuropathy techniques you've probably never seen before. And they work. Board certified in neuropathy, experience Dr. Beck's breakthrough rescue program that can eliminate problems at their source. Try it to believe it. Give us a call today. Your healthier, happier life starts with Beck Wellness Center.
The Ozarks Amphitheater, the exclusive attraction of Happy Hour, and the COMC 2024 concert series has officially kicked off. Some great names like Bert Kreischer, Lyle Lovett, Jamie Johnson, Crowder, and so many more. Check out everything online, ozarksamp.com.
The term dive bar has been around since 1871. While the name originally came from patrons diving into illegal drinking establishments hidden away in the lower levels of a building, it now has a different meaning. It's those hole-in-the-wall places, where stepping across the threshold is an experience of its own, where it feels a little like home and you expect Norm to walk through the door. On LOZ Dive Bars, DJ Kyle takes you all over the lake area to dive into underground speakeasies, hear those stories you have to see to believe, and uncover the rich history of both well-known and not-so-well-known watering holes. Grab a stool and enjoy the next installment of LOZ Dive Bars.
How long has the Glory Hole been around? Tell me a little bit about the history of this place.
Well, it opened in 1963. It's exchanged hands several times. It looks exactly like it did in 1963. But I think it's under the longest ownership that it's had so far, which is 35 years. Next year will be 36 years.
Yeah, just celebrated your 35th year under the owners. And, you know, I do love that because you walk into this place and it really is a time capsule. Like you come in here and just the decor that's up. Some of this I've never seen in my entire life. Can you tell me some of the history of some of the decor, you know, the bar or the chandeliers or the wallpaper?
So the chandelier is definitely a focal point. It doesn't get turned on that much because it is very bright. We do have it on right now because it's Christmas. But the back bar and the entryway came from a bar in Tipton, Missouri. And then the wallpaper is said to have been imported from England. So
wow.
It's
And
like velvet.
it's a velvet wallpaper. Like people come in and they look at the wallpaper and then they have to just start touching it, right?
Yes.
I have to tell my story. The first time that I walked into this bar, driven by it 100 times, and my friend Joey and I finished DJing at a place up the road, coming by a little earlier in the night, and he said, "Let's swing by the Glory Hole." And I was like, "Never been in there. I don't know. Let's go in." We walked in,
do it.
and when you walk in the door, the bell rings, and everyone turned their heads. Obviously, we've never been in here before. And like you said, there was a lot of the regulars that were there, and they all turned and looked at us. And we just froze and stared at them like maybe we're in the wrong spot. And they go, "Have you ever been in here?" "Nope." "Come on in." And one guy goes, "I'm buying the first round." And it was someone's birthday, and they had crock pots here with food, and they were like, "Come on, load yourself up with some food." And it was such a great time that I just felt just welcomed to the bar. And so, you know, it was just such a neat thing. So it's a cool dive bar to be a part of.
Right, it is.
Okay, so tell me the concept behind the Glory Hole, the name the Glory Hole, and the concept behind the building of the bar.
So when this bar was built, it was actually the only standing building in this strip.
Oh, okay.
And this bar was built to be based upon the bar in Central City, Colorado, which was built above the Glory Hole mine, which means like an open pit mine. And so they built the bar there so the miners could come after mining all day and have a cold beer, just hang out, kind of like let off steam. So that bar looks a lot like this bar. So they brought the idea here and they just made it look almost exactly the same.
So Heather, there's some very interesting stories and things that have happened here at the Glory Hole that we have history of, records of. So what's some of the unique things that have happened at the Glory Hole that maybe people don't know about?
Well, a gentleman got his ear bit off.
That's a unique thing right there. A gentleman got his ear bit off. Okay, so like how did this go down? What's the story behind this?
There was an altercation with a gentleman in here and another gentleman bit his ear off. And we have such talented customers, we had a customer write a song about it.
No, wait, we actually have the song right here. It's called An Eerie Tale by Jane Hayden. There's a story about a guy we know who went out one night to the Glory Hole. He went there for a shot and a beer, but all he got was a bitten ear. And of course the song goes on. What are some of the things that you would see in the Glory Hole on an average night?
You usually do see the same people every day. It is like a neighborhood bar, and so it's definitely like a family atmosphere. I think the people that come in here, they might not always like each other, but like when push comes to shove, like they're gonna have each other's back.
Yeah.
You're definitely gonna see Vegas bums. We have entertainment on the weekends, you know, we do karaoke, we do more stuff in the summer, but you know, it's different every day. You know, sometimes you just don't know what you're gonna get when you come in here.
That's right, that's right. And I say that a lot of times, you know, I do a lot of DJing here, and so, you know, I'll say that. It's sometimes in a night, there's just some crazy stuff that happens. You go, you just never know what you're gonna get when you come to the Glory Hole. And it's always a fun time. It's always a great atmosphere. There's just some great, loving and caring people, and just people that enjoy having a good time, you know? Now tell me some of the other things as far as like decor. I do know that some of your decor has changed, because in the years past, you've had dollar bills stapled all over the walls and the ceilings and stuff. So I know that has changed. Tell me a little bit about where did all the dollar bills go to? If people were in here in the last, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, and they saw this place just covered in dollar bills, where did they all go?
So the dollar bills were taken down, and the friendly staff at Oak Star had so much fun trying to get the serial numbers and all of the things. I believe we have a letter somewhere, but I think the total was between $1,100 and $1,200 that were donated to the Lake of the Ozarks Idiots Club.
Oh, that is great. What a great thing to do. So you donate the money to the Idiots Club, which is a project around here at the lake that's doing some amazing things for the community. And you're involved even beyond just donating that one-time donation to them, right?
Correct. So every year, the weekend of September 11th, we have our annual block party, and half of the money that is made at the silent auction or the raffle or off of food or whatever goes to the Idiots Club, and then the other half goes to disabled vets. And then we usually try to have a local vet or a regular vet or someone like do a speech at the end of the night. We try to have the money calculated by the end of the night so we can let everybody know like how much we raised.
Now you guys also have all of the Glory Hole merchandise that people can purchase and wear and take pictures anywhere in the world. There's a picture on the wall from someone that's caught a fish in Australia with the old Glory Hole hat on.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about the merchandise. And I know at least one time a year you set up outside with a lot of your Glory Hole merchandise, right?
Several times a year we set up out there, but on like the big weekends we set our merchandise out just to help clear out the bar a little bit.
Thank you, ladies, Heather, Shyla, for sitting down with us today and showing us and teaching us a little bit more about the Glory Hole. How can people find their way to the Glory Hole?
We're at the corner of 7 and 5. Our hours during the winter from October to May is 12 to 1:30. We have happy hour every day from 4 to 6. During the summer, we open at 10 o'clock to 1:30 from May 1st to October 1st.
And Shyla, how can they find you on the socials?
So we are still working on getting an Instagram going, but our Facebook is at Glory Hole Bar, and you can find all of our entertainment and things that we have going on there.
Yeah. Well, thank you, ladies, so much for sitting down and again for teaching us a little bit more about the Glory Hole. And thank you guys for joining us on our first dive bar edition here. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you come out and check out the Glory Hole in person. It's for sure something that you got to see. Yeah.
You gonna try it?
Yes. You can't say f on TV? Oh, okay. Can you say that? All right. Okay. I'll try to skin. Oh my God. I'm not very good at this. I one time blew a second grade play, and so I've never been right since.
Russell Dickerson,
God gave me a girl, girl gave me a kiss, kiss gave me a feeling that I still get.
Tyler Hubbard,
I'll take you dancing in the country, Levi's in them low beans, spin you in
Friday, June 14th, Ozarks Amphitheater. Tickets on sale now at ozarksamp.com, Bridal Cave and Split Arrow Boutique. Russell Dickerson and Tyler Hubbard, live. Part of the COMC concert series.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family, and at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it. Welcome to another edition of Furry Friends presented by our veterinary. I'm Megan Albers. This is Mary Miami Tilly. We are out here at Ozarks Cat and Canine, and we are featuring 3 cats today. 2 of them are present and accounted for. One of them is a little shy.
Yep.
Tell me about these kitties.
Okay, so these 3 kitties are ones that came into us originally all as kittens.
Okay.
Ophelia here is the youngest. She is 10 months. She came in as a single. We've got Claudia, the tabby and white, is the oldest. She's about 1 year and 2 months.
Okay.
And then Azalea is the little calico that's very shy. She's right exactly 1 year old.
Okay.
These cats, along with some others, were adopted out at different times throughout the last year or 2. And unfortunately, their adopter recently suffered a traumatic injury, and she's going to have multiple surgeries and things in order to be able to recover. And so she had to bring back several of her animals.
Yeah, that's
she
rough.
had a total of 7 kitties in the house and 2 dogs. And the dogs did not come from us, but given the circumstances and everything, when we found out she was needing to rehome one of the dogs, we did take him in as well, and we're going to feature him on the next episode.
Okay.
But she kept 2 of the kitties. She actually kept the first one she adopted and the last one she adopted. And the reason she kept the last one was because that kitty had already previously been adopted out and brought back.
Yeah.
And she felt so guilty about everything. She says, I can't do that to her.
Yeah.
So these guys have all been back with us. They came in on April 18th was the date that they were returned to us. There was 5 total. 2 have been adopted out. This is Claudia. Candace and Ferrari have been adopted out already. So we've got 3 that are looking for, to go back into a home. Azalea has not quite adjusted to being back here. You know, it's scary for her. You know, she doesn't know why she's here, and she's pretty shy. She's usually in this. Every time I come in here, she's pretty much in this kennel behind me. But I have noticed about the last week or so, when I would walk by and look in the door to this room, she has actually been out and with the others and playing. But as soon as you walk in the room, she runs and hides.
Run and hide, yeah.
I had her in my lap here right before we started filming. I'm covered in her fur.
Yes.
But she heard a noise and freaked out and jumped and ran. So,
it happens.
but one thing I notice is that Claudia here seems to be very protective of her.
Okay.
A lot of times if somebody comes in this room, if I bring people in here, you know, to meet these guys, and somebody bends down over there to look at Azalea, Claudia is right up there with them, you know, what are you doing? Don't hurt my sister, don't scare her, you know. So we're not labeling them as a bonded pair yet. We're not requiring them to go together, but I really would like to see Azalea go with Claudia just because they are. So a lot of times I will come in here and Claudia will be laying in there snuggled up with her. So, you know, I think it would be good for Azalea.
Yeah, kind of help her adjust
to go
a little
home
bit
with
easier.
somebody that she knows and somebody that she's very attached to.
Yeah.
So if that's not what ends up happening, you know, we'll work through that, and somebody, you know, will be the right person for Azalea.
Yeah.
But I just think that it will ease things along if she has her friend.
Yeah, that makes total sense. They're super sweet cats. They love all the pets, and I mean, look at this. Like, just soaking it up. It's super great. And yeah, you know, it'll take her some time to warm up. Like she's been staring at me the whole time. She can see me from where she's at. She likes to just, you know, be aware.
And you know, when she first came in, even when I went to get her out of there, you know, the first couple of weeks, especially when they were back here, she would literally just be like cowering in the corner, you know, making herself as small as possible. Getting underneath the blanket or underneath the bed, you know, to hide. And when I went to go get her out of there, she was very relaxed. She was laying on top of the bed, kind of sprawled out like Claudia is here. You know, she did not look like she was terrified or scared. You know, so she is coming around. But
it's just gonna take some time.
Yeah, it's just an adjustment for them because they don't know what's going on.
Yeah, totally understandable. I get that. So if you're interested in meeting these kitties and possibly adopting all three of them, you can obviously stop by the shelter, and of course you can apply to adopt at ozarkscatandcanine.com. That does it for another Furry Friends presented by our veterinary. Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
The Ozarks Amphitheater, the exclusive attraction of Happy Hour, and the COMC 2024 concert series has officially kicked off. Some great names like Bert Kreischer, Lyle Lovett, Jamie Johnson, Crowder, and so many more. Check out everything online, ozarksamp.com.
Happy Hour with DJ Kyle is here because of these amazing sponsors. Our veterinary, with locations in Lynn Creek and Laurie. Surdike Yamaha, your home for year-round fun. And American Elm Company, offering exceptional decor and interior design.
Thank you so much for joining us on Happy Hour today, and I hope you enjoyed the show. It was so fun to go out to the Glory Hole. Make sure you check that place out. If you ever get to Greenview, check out that dive bar, the Glory Hole. Also, it was fantastic to have Garrett 61 Jackson on the show, and I look forward to seeing more of his art. And of course, our furry friends, make sure you join us back here next week for another edition of Happy Hour. And in the meantime, let's be kind to one another. We'll see you guys around the block.